Hey guys, welcome to Huddle Adventures. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that is pretty hot out there in the cruising community. The CDC recommended earlier this week that the cruise lines start doing testing, COVID testing, 48 hours prior to sailing. And it appears Carnival is the first cruise line to step up and adopt that practice. So beginning on Monday, September 13th, if you have a cruise with Carnival, you're going to be required to have your tests done 2 days prior to sailing. So if you're sailing on Monday the 13th when it starts, you would have to have your COVID tests at Saturday or Sunday prior to sailing. The earliest you could do it would be Saturday, 2 days prior. Our next cruise is on the Carnival Panorama. We sail on October 8th, which is exactly 36 days from today. 36 days. 35 days from today, we'll be flying out to LA. So our vacation will officially start 5 weeks from today. Since our cruise is going to be on Saturday, October 9th, we will be required to get our tests by Thursday. So our plans are to get the test Thursday, schedule a test and get it done Thursday prior. And we might book an appointment for Friday as well, too, in case our appointment gets canceled on us. Because if you guys that follow us recall, on our last cruise that we took on August 26th, CVS contacted us a few days before our scheduled tests and told us that they were going to be closed at the time of our tests, and we had to rebook at the last minute. It was pretty scary. You know, it creates a lot of anxiety. I'd like to also add, guys, that because of all these COVID protocols, it's creating, and combined with all the cancellations that Carnival announced. And for clarity, the cancellations are essentially delays in launching ships that have been shut down since COVID. So they had, pretty robust plans to launch several more cruise ships and get them going in the months of October, November, December. And I'm not going to get into the whole list of ships, but there's several of them. They're delaying their restart date until a month or 2 months further down the road. And because of that, people are really upset and disappointed. And I understand it's terrible. You're waiting all this time for a cruise. And for some people, they have been canceled multiple times because they keep rescheduling the cruises they had scheduled in 2020 that got canceled due to the pandemic. We were caught up in that as well. We had a cruise scheduled for July of 2020 out of New Orleans, and we had to reschedule that because it was canceled, and we moved it. We went with the whole entire different cruise for January of 22 on the horizon out of Miami. And when we did that, we just went further on down the road, and we just figured that's our 5th year anniversary, and that's why we picked that date. So we were uncertain when cruising would come back, so we went way down the road with ours. Now, with that said, the hurricane also caused some serious problems. It's caused New Orleans to lose power, which caused flights to be canceled. The storms and water, the rain and the floods out on the East Coast have also caused other delays and cancellations of cruises. It's not just Carnival; it's other cruise lines as well. So, with that said, guys, it is a hurricane season. And I do recommend that you do get travel insurance. I just purchased our travel insurance for a Panorama cruise this morning, from Alliance. I believe that's how they say it, Alliance, with the Z at the end. Our whole cruise, I insured the cruise for $3,500, including our airfare and, all the expenses tied to that. For myself and for Laura, it ended up being $245 for a standard policy. I can't remember the exact coverage, but it covers, medical, transportation, medical evacuation, COVID cancellation, lost luggage, lost time. Multiple facets of the trip are covered by that. I do recommend you do get the travel insurance with this, with COVID. But at the same time, I don't believe we're going to see cruises canceled due to COVID. And I will tell you why, guys. COVID's not going away. I don't know who needs to hear that at this point, but COVID is not going away. It's real. It's not going away. We're going to be dealing with COVID for many years to come, just like the seasonal flu. I'm not saying it's at the same level as the seasonal flu. It is much more deadly than the seasonal flu. We've witnessed the results of COVID, the devastation, but we've also witnessed a very good positive aspect, and that is the vaccine. The vaccine is proving to reduce symptoms as designed. It's not a cure for COVID. There's no cure for the virus. There's no cure for the flu. There's no cure for the common cold, guys. All those things that, it's going to come back. It's not going to go away. So with that said, we have to adapt. I am deemed an essential worker, and my company closed for 2 months, 8 weeks, back in April, the end of March, the entire month of April and half of May. We returned back to work on May 18th. And from May 18th on, we've been wearing masks at my job. We got a reprieve from the masks that lasts approximately 3 weeks. And when the Delta variant started, heating up and spreading all over and filling emergency rooms in many of the southern states, my company, which is a global company, decided to reinstitute the mask rule. So we went right back to wearing masks again. During the entire time of working from May until now, I have effectively avoided catching COVID, and I've done it by wearing a mask, social distancing, good hygiene, washing my hands, sanitizing my hands constantly, and just being careful and taking it serious, making sure the mask is completely covering my nose, making sure I touch my eyes or my nose or my mouth with my hands, being conscious of that type of situation, just making sure I'm very careful. I got vaccinated. Laura and I both got vaccinated in March, and from that point, we got our second shot in early April. So we are Team Pfizer. Go Team Pfizer. And we believe in the vaccine. We believe it's doing its job. So that is a huge positive note. We know masks work. We know social distancing works. We know the vaccine is effective in limiting the severity of the virus. It doesn't stop the spread of the virus, but it does limit the severity of the virus, which is very important. So with that said, guys, I don't want to make this channel into, a debate about COVID or anything like that. To me, it's science, and science is, you can debate science, but it's also proven. Science isn't like politics. It's not political. So with that said, we have to learn to deal and adapt with COVID and keep our economy going. I've had several friends question me about going on cruises. You're going on cruises, you're going on airlines, airplanes, your vacations during COVID. I've been working every day during COVID. Every day. 7 days a week. Every day. I didn't get to work from home. I've been out there in it every day. And I'm not exaggerating, 7 days a week. I work in the skilled trades, guys, and we have been shorthanded in the skilled trades for more than 2 decades. It's just the way it is. We're always busy. We're always backloaded on work. We can't catch up. We can't keep up. And over the last few years, we haven't been able to fill spots with apprenticeships like we did in the past. So we stay busy. Now, it's volunteer work. I work all the overtime by my choice, and I'm doing that so I can retire at an early age. And travel and do things now while I can do them with good health. So with that said, guys, if I can go to work every day in a workplace that doesn't require the vaccine, that doesn't require testing, and I can do that every day, I surely can go on a cruise ship where you got to get a COVID test and 95% of the passengers are vaccinated. That cruise ship is more safe and COVID protected than any other place I'm at any time other than my house. So with all that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And did I tell you? 36 more days, guys. 36 more days. We'll be stepping on the panorama, and we're excited about it. Oh, one last thing. I did a couple little short videos on, I believe, my Instagram, and there might be one here on YouTube, where I ask you guys, is a balcony room worth the money? Well, I've only stayed in balcony staterooms. So on this cruise on the panorama, Laura and I decided we're just gonna go in an interstate room and see what that's like. We can't really, you know, the only way we can tell you what it's like compared to a balcony is to stay in one. So we decided we're gonna do that. So we're on the 9th deck of the panorama in an interior stateroom and midship. So we're right under the Lido deck. It should be interesting. Like I said, I've only been in balcony rooms, so I have no idea what it's going to be like. Laura's a little worried about being claustrophobic. I've heard pros and cons on interstate rooms, so we're going to find out what it's like. You know, it does save us a little money. We weren't planning on going on this cruise. We are flying out to LA. We're staying in a hotel the night before. This cruise is replacing a land vacation we had planned. And by the time it's all said and done, we're going from a 5-night land vacation to an 8-night vacation with our hotel room stay in LA. It's a little more money, but not by much, honestly. I didn't have insurance on the land vacation, which I just purchased today on this one. So that adds a little expense, and there is a little more expense due to the length of stay difference. But all things considered, I still think the cruise will be less money. So I will let you know what that's like. I'll let you know what the panorama looks like. I'm going to take you guys on that cruise. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever, feel free to leave them below. I would really appreciate it. Laura would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel and give us a like. And, you know, let us know anything else you'd like to see. And I'll check in with you guys later. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask. Be careful. And talk to you later. Bye.